You're put right into the middle of a perfect storm from the start. There are flashing headlines, a timer, and a strong sense of urgency that sets the tone. The central banks are scared. In 30 days, the Ripple killer will be online. The viewer is thrown into the middle of a huge change. Before even one fact is revealed, the tone is razor sharp and electric with power. This is not just a guess, it is happening, it's true. The world of digital money is getting more attention. Central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, are spreading all over the world. These are neither theoretical studies nor guesses, they are digital forms of fiat cash backed by governments. Clear, regulated, and able to work with processes that are already in place. Since the new rules have been put in place, a privately released cryptocurrency like Ripple's XRP could be shut out. Ripple's benefits are disappearing faster than ever because of unclear regulations, a lack of support from governments, and problems with integration. There is a lot of room for a challenger that walks the fine line between new ideas and institutional credibility. So, TokenX came along. It is a carefully designed digital asset that is backed by real pilot programs from central banks in Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. It's not a fringe blockchain project, it's a result of government-led financial innovation. Payment lines, settlement layers, and cross-border corridors are already being used by governments to test it. These are not just idea papers, they are real prototypes that work. TokenX is not only built to handle regulation, it's also made to do well in it. There seems to be a new competitor to XRP and all the other private cryptocurrencies that compete with CBDC for the first time. We are now counting down the 30 days until launch. It's not just a bunch of ideas. The protocol architecture is almost finished, the governance structures are coded, the minting stated settlement rules are locked, and every technical gate is close to being opened. It's not just guesswork either. Regulatory bodies are sending signals of support. A go from the Fed? Check. Are you okay with the EU CBDC task forces? Check. OKs from the most important Asian banking authorities? Check. It looks like the token is really moving forward. And as the days go by, the smell of trouble gets stronger. There are points that light up on the web map. The United States shines green, thanks to clear government rules. European countries show readiness stamps, signs of regulatory agreement, and pilot completion marks. Key Asian hubs have conditional start approval and are ready to add TokenX to cross-border rails. This isn't just a visual spread, it's a plan for how to distribute. The building is being put together right now. As soon as TokenX is live, payment lanes could become as bright as nerve cells sending digital value at the speed of thought. Ripple is getting more and more squished. XRP promised bold, open, quick, and cheap payments across borders. It did not have the one thing that is most important for institutions' autonomous support, though. TokenX doesn't just copy Ripple's idea, it goes even further by adding regulated authority and support for infrastructure. As CBDC-compatible tokens become more important to central banks, the question is no longer will TokenX succeed, but where does Ripple fit in? Big players and institutions are already setting up shop. The Central European Monetary Authority, the Pan-Asian Bank Consortium, and the Mideast Payment Authority all have large stakes in the project before it even starts. These are not speculative whales. They are institutions that make policy and have the power to move the market. Their growth shows trust, foresight, and a move away from old private crypto models and toward digital assets that are linked with sovereigns. When companies like these step up, the markets pay attention, and then excitement sets in. You may be wondering, what can I do before launch? If you're watching this, how can I set myself up to succeed? That's where smart strategies for building up before the start really come into play. With these plans, you can make sure that your start goes well. Here, 3 main paths become clear, and each has its own pros and cons. First, organize deals before the sale. When tokens like TokenX come out, they often do so in stages with different levels of access. Most of the time, institutions get entry first, then come accredited investors, and finally, if anyone participates at all, the general. The different levels of access can make people feel like they are special. Being involved in those early stages can help you get better pricing and allocation, which gives early investors a big edge. But you have to deal with know your customer, governmental qualifiers, and allotment terms, which can be hard to understand and take a lot of time. Next, there are smart purchases made over the counter. These allow for a lot of exposure without throwing off the public order books, which keeps the market stable. When supply is low, over-the-counter trade is often the best way to avoid market disruptions and show stealth accumulation. Third, vesting-based accumulation. Some players lock in positions early while the tokens are in escrow, which makes sure that tokens are released steadily. By releasing tokens in small amounts over time, this method helps keep the market from becoming too diluted and protects against rapid drops. Using this method can help control market dilution, keep vesting cliffs safe, and keep token value high over time, which will lead to a healthy market. Now, there are risks, technical failures, counterparty exposures, and regulatory backtracking that come with each path, and they can all change your plan. Because of this, you should always be careful. To get through these complicated situations successfully, you need to do a lot of study and plan ahead. Risk can't be avoided, not even when there is a clear chance. Launch delays caused by technical, legal, or political issues could easily change plans. Regulatory changes that go against what you thought could happen at any time, or even worse, companies that have been in business for a long time might try to make it harder for new companies to compete. But this has a huge amount of promise. As long as Token X is the institutional bridge for CBDC compatibility, it could change the way people pay for things across borders for many years to come. Right now, it's a good idea to stop and think. In 30 days or even less, a token that is both destructive and independent could come out. Cleared regulatory paths, institutional stakes are being set, and agreement with central banks gives Token X an edge that Ripple has never had. The time is running out, and anyone with insight should really be paying attention.